Bradley was the 36th pick in the expansion draft.
Tony was the guy that got him. I'm telling you.
He came out of Toronto. He was an all-star that year. He had a 41-goal season.
Yes, he did. He was the best player we had. The best.
Why is that? How did that?
Speed. Skating.
Yeah, no, that was Tony's pick all the way.
Tony all the way. I mean, are you sure, Toe? I said, he's bounced around Calgary. Blah, blah, blah. He said, Phil, I'm telling you, you got to take him. Take him.
John Tucker, we had.
John, character guy?
What did he have, 22 goals that
Yes.
year?
You had
Robbie Zomner.
Yeah.
Rob became a captain.
Well,
Yes.
Rob Zamner. Rob DeMaio.
Robbie.
Tough little ball of hate right there.
I loved Robbie DeMaio. I thought he was something, boy. He was something.
He said Al Arbor set him down when he was a young kid at the end. He
But
says,
you know-
if you want to play, you aren't going to be a 50-goal scorer, so
Yeah.
what are you going to bring to the party?
well, he
I
brought
wanna say-
something.
He brought something to the party.
He sure did.
I got to tell you this. One more thing about Crispy that really irked me was that he wanted a captain. I didn't want a captain.
Okay.
I still don't believe in having a captain on a team. I still don't. 3 assistants, share it around. I don't understand what a captain does. I don't. And Crispy insisted. I says, okay, who do you want? He said, Paul Eisenbart. I said, are you sure? He said, yeah. I said, you know he's got to play. You cannot bench your captain at a long term. You might bench him a game because he's playing bad, but you can't bench him long term. He said, no, he's going to play. Well, 5, 6 games in, he benched him and didn't play him. Didn't play him. And I went to him and I says, I told you, why would you want a damn captain that you're not going to play? I said, what does that do to the rest of the guys? The captain is not playing. It would be like Stamkos just benching him for 8 or 10 games and he's your captain. You can't do that with your captain. That's why I never wanted a captain. We never had a captain in Boston, ever, until after I left anyway. Johnny Busick was the unofficial
The chief.
captain because he was there for 2 centuries. I mean, Chief was there.
So, but we're still back. Okay, before we get to opening night, Manon Rhe aume. Manon Rhe, there's only been one woman that has ever played in a major league sport in North America: NFL, Major League Baseball, the National Basketball Association, the National Hockey League. One woman, and she was 20 years old.
I went up to
What was the inspiration
All Phil.
for this?
I went up to Montreal to scout with Richard Rose, who was our Quebec scout. And we went to 3 or 4 different games, and we went to a junior B game.
This is during exhibition season before your
No,
first
this
year?
is during the season. We were playing.
No, you had not played
You're
yet.
right. Yeah,
So
we
maybe
had
at the
not
end
played.
of just
You're
after
right,
getting
it
the team,
was.
but you're looking for kids.
It was the year before, like
Yeah,
she was.
Right.
I didn't know. I says, now Manon, I played hockey with a guy named Carol Vadnais. Carol. So I don't know, Manon, is it a man or is it a woman? I really didn't have a clue. And because I used to bug Carol Vadnais, because his wife's name was Henrietta, so we call him Henry, right?
That's a compliment, I think.
And I says, who's the little goalie there? He's not bad. He said, you want to talk to him? Richard Rose. He didn't know it was a woman.
I didn't know this.
So we walk downstairs with, remember the French guy with the hair? I forget his name now. He had the big afro hair.
Your buddy.
Yeah, well, he was a friend. He
Yeah.
tried to help us. But so we go downstairs, and I said, "Can we talk to the guy that played goal? Because he was pretty good. Wasn't bad. I just wanted to talk." And out she walks, with her hair was down. She had her pads still on, but she was in her pajamas or whatever they wear underneath the equipment back then. And she's walking out, and I went, said, is that a woman? To Richard. He says, I think so. I said, God, she's gorgeous, for crying out loud. And I looked at her and we talked. And I said, how'd you like to come to training camp? Because my mind was going, if I put this girl in training camp and the publicity will put us on the map. Tampa Bay Lightning. And because don't forget, that's when, it was the second year, because that's when Bobby Clark came in with the Florida Panthers.
Second year, yeah.
Second year. So I'm put her in, I said, would you like to come to training camp? She said, really? I said, yes. Okay, get all the information. I said, Richard, get her information and all that. We'll send you an invite. And she shows up in Lakeland. All her luggage was gone. They lost her luggage. Not her goaltending stuff, all her personal luggage. Yeah. So my daughter, Carrie, was about the same size as her, okay? So she gave her a bunch of clothes and everything else. And quite frankly, we had everybody here, CBC, CBS, NBC, ABC. They were all here to film this girl. And I remember saying to Crispy, and my brother, who was not happy.
Not happy is it?
I was going to play her.
Understatement.
What did he say to you?
Oh,
what did he say to you? A Hall of Fame goaltender, and there's a goaltender.
He thought I was making small of the goaltending position. I said, Tony, I'm not, but honestly, I said, do you see how many women are in the audience here and kids?
This is an exhibition game
at the fairgrounds.
September.
Against the St. Louis Blues.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And I said, do you see how many kids and girls are in there? I said, we got to get the girls to come here. Because if the girls come, the guys will come. It's like owning a bar. If you can get the girls to come to the bar, the guys are going to go. I mean, it's the truth. I can't say anything more about it. And he goes, I don't like it. I just don't like it. You're making small of goaltending. I said, Tony, she'll be fine. Played inter-squad games. She wasn't bad. She did all this. So and Crispy was dead against it too.
Crispy is not.
So was Cash. They were all against
Everybody
it.
was.
Everybody was against it.
But you're an old school guy. But every old school guy is against it.
But I realized.
What are the players like? Are they?
I realized the publicity.
Are they trying? The players.
Actually, the players were great. They said if she comes on the road, can I room with her? Most of them asked me. I said no, I'm going to room with her. No.
They were pretty good, and
they were.
And Barry Hanrahan, who was one of our first employees, who's now assistant general manager for Philadelphia Flyers, and he became a lawyer too. But he took special care of her, and he did a great job. He stays in touch with her now.
We have seen her.
And I talk to her all the time. I mean, not all the time. Once every 3 months, she calls or I'll call her.
I must tell you this, we're in Detroit to play the Red Wings, and she's living close by in that area, right? Her son may have been playing up there.
Might have been.
And so we're doing an interview before the game. The players have arrived. It's 5 o'clock. We are in Detroit to play the Red Wings, and she's in the studio with me. And wouldn't you know it, all of a sudden, here comes Vinny. Hey, Paul, oh, you have a guest here. Here comes Marty St. Louis. Paul, how you doing? Oh, you have somebody in here, Paul. They were all coming.
Just to see her.
To meet her.
Yeah.
Because they had heard about it. But they all, suddenly our studio, when we're doing these interviews, is the most popular place to be.
Well, she's a lovely person.
She's a great girl.
Look what
and
she's done
beautiful.
for women's hockey.
Yeah.
Well, she works for Los Angeles Kings right now in the hockey development.
Luc Robitaille's operation, she's...
Yes.
And all.
She does a good job, apparently.
But the world came to... Dick Schaap, the late, great Dick Schaap, stood in the gondola that you and Jerry Helper had built. He stood there for ABC News, because ABC News, the next night, did a feature on the Tampa Bay Lightning and Manon Rhe aume. On the next episode of Lightning Lore. How did we get to Lightning, Tampa Bay Lightning?